me share 3 key takeaways from the Innovators method. The first is that what you learn in business school, if you get an MBA, might teach you how to be a good manager, but it typically teaches you how to be a bad innovator. And I think that's a surprise to many people. The fact of the matter is, Scott Cook, the founder of Intuit, he told us that we have to retrain everybody who gets an MBA to learn how to innovate, because nothing that they've learned in their MBA program will prepare them to be an innovator. Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, he's even a little stronger in his concerns about MBAs. He says, we'll hire somebody despite the fact that they have an MBA, not because they have it. Now, why is that? MBA programs teach you how to be good planners, analyzers, and executors. But the fact of the matter is, when you're trying to innovate, you're facing a lot of uncertainty. You don't know whether an idea is going to work, and planning actually doesn't help you. It serves to waste time and waste resources. You can write a business plan to launch a new product or service, but it's basically just your guess as to whether or not these things will work. So instead of being a planner and executor, Elon Musk, Scott Cook, they want you to learn how to be an experimenter and a pivoter. If you can learn how to design and run experiments to resolve the uncertainties facing you as you try to innovate, you will be a much better innovator. A second takeaway, I think, is really that the Innovators method, design thinking, lean startup techniques, really reduce the costs of innovation. We've all heard that innovation is costly, that it's risky, but it reduces the risks and costs of innovation because you test and validate an idea before you invest to launch it. So what you do is you weed out all the bad ideas through rapid experiments, fast and frugal experiments that answer the questions that you may have, that resolve the uncertainties, and then if you decide it's not a good idea, you don't launch it. And so it helps take the risks out of innovation. I think the third takeaway is really the method itself. The Innovators method, the title, was chosen carefully because there is a method that great innovators use to test and validate their ideas. They don't just launch it on the market. They first of all make sure they have a problem worth solving. So there is a way that they try to deeply understand the job to be done for the customer. Then they use a series of prototypes to test solutions that they think will nail that problem and solve it for the customer. And then once they have a solution that they think is really going to nail that problem, they're ready to figure out the business model. And the business model means, what channel do we use to take it to market? How do we price it? How do we make sure that we have the cost structure to make money? And they do all of that, they validate that before they launch the solution to market. When you do all of that, you have a method for success, because that will increase the probability that anything you actually implement will work.